They say this is a big rich town.
I just come from the poet's parts.
What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Monet, and this is Power Book 2, Episode 8. This week there is a lot of action. I'm telling you, Tariq is ripping and running, but before we get into that, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of this, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Like I was saying, Tariq's about to be ripping and running around the streets, back and forth. We get to see Kane. We know he's wilding out, but let's jump into it, man. Real quick, are y'all noticing every single person is rocking designer? Fendi this, Gucci that, Louis? Like, we get it. They got money. But damn, they throwing it in our face. But anyway, let's jump into it. This is Power Book 2, Episode 8. Here we go. Tariq got his little re-up. You remember last week, Tariq, they got into it with one of DC Joe's guy, and they had to get rid of him. Well, they didn't get their whole package that they needed, so they're re-ing up. Brayden comes in the room. He's looking at Tariq like, this is it? This is all we got? Tariq's like, man, this is going to cheer you up. And Brayden's like, that's not enough. We need more. It's homecoming weekend. This is where we need to sell. We need to push the product. Tariq is like, man, well, this is all we got. Which makes Brayden come up with an idea of, listen, we can make a lot of more money. Yeah, I said it, a lot of more. We can make a lot more money if we start selling coke. And Tariq is like, nah, we can't get into that. But Brayden's breaking it down like, this is where all the money is. Tariq knows that, but he also knows the coke gang is a whole different ball game. When you start messing with that cocaine, you're in a whole different field than when you just moving around pills and weed. That coke gang, it ain't nothing to mess with. Since it's homecoming week, they also have the parents coming in. So once they get in class, if you notice, every book that they go over in class has something to do with with Tariq's life. I've been saying every book that they read is dealing with Tariq or Tariq and his father or Tariq trying to figure out life. So they're asking questions about has anyone read The Invisible Man and what they thought about it. Now, Lame Jabari calls out Tariq since he doesn't have any family members there, and he asks him, Tariq, what do you feel about the book? And Tariq is like, in The Invisible Man, he can't trust anybody, whether he's doing this or this. At the end of the day, you can't trust anybody but yourself. And we know Jabari's up there soaking it in, like, okay, what is Tariq? I need him to go deeper. Cause we know he's trying to sell a book. So right now, anything Tariq's saying is gold for him. This dude Jabari, man, he's one weird character. Now we get to see our boy 2-Bit. Now he just got out, took the stand, didn't snitch. All he did was say is, I may have ran in with Tariq. But now my dog's on the street. And he runs into my boy Spank's people. Now, Spank's mom, she has on the RIP Spank shirt. And she starts talking to 2-Bit because she's from the streets. And she's like, man, I heard there was rumors that he was snitching. Is that why you out? And 2-Bit is like, nah, I ain't with that. But, you know what I'm saying, I go back, you know what I'm saying, with Spank. So me and him, we good. So he hands her some money. He was like, I'm trying to find whoever got rid of my dog. And I'm going to look for him. Because as long as I'm here, I got your back. Because I was looking out for Spank. So 2-Bit's real. You one of the realest that's on this show. Zeke, homecoming weekend, we got all kinds of NBA scouts coming here, but he's getting nervous about it, which most people do. When you're about to get on that big stage and you got to actually perform, you get nervous. So you need someone to talk to, like, hey man, I feel like this, I feel like this. So who does he go to? Miss Carrie, baby. So he goes over there and she's like, hey, yo, whoa, you got to call me professor when you come here. We on campus, bruh. Can't no one know about you and I. And she just sits him down and she's talking to him like, you shouldn't be nervous. Just treat it as one of the games that you've already played, man. Just let the game come to you naturally, let it flow, and you're going to do all right. And so for Zeke, he's attached to Carrie, especially a young dude. When you get a taste of that older woman, yeah, they're going to calm you down. They're going to get you right. They're going to let you know what you need to know. So for Zeke, I think this is the necessary one-on-one that he needed with Miss Carrie outside of sex so he can get his mind right and get focused for the game. Everyone's parents are on campus, but we know Tariq's parents are there. So Loren offers him to come eat with them after class. Tariq's like, all right, let me go to my room. Loren shows up and she starts asking, what happened the other night? And Tariq's like, look, you just broke up with your boyfriend. I didn't want to make that move, but I'm feeling you and everything. We just got to see where we go from here. Then all of a sudden we get a knock on the door. And who is it? Effie. Effie comes in. Now we got two good looking women in here and Tariq stuck in the middle. So now Loren thinks this is the reason why Tariq didn't want to do anything because he has a girl. But that's not the case. So Loren leaves. Effie's there. Now Tariq's talking to Effie, and Effie's like, look, let's move some coke. And Tariq's like, I don't do that. I'm not in the game. And plus, you stabbed me in the back already. You know what I'm saying? Why would I work with you? I don't do that no more. Get up out of here. So we get to see a little bit of Effie. Interesting how this plays out. Old Jabari, being the crook that he is, he's taking Tariq's paper and he's turning it in to his boy to try to get a new book. And his boy's like, hey, we love this. This seems real. This is coming from the heart. But what happens in the rest of the story? So right now, all he has is what Tariq's wrote up. So it's only a couple chapters. His boy starts asking, what happened? Does the kid finish school? Does he fall in love? Does he go straight? Or does he end up dead or in jail? So pretty much what the guy is talking about is what's going to happen to the rest of Power Book 2? What are the next episodes? What is episode 9, 10, and so on? So Jabari has none of this. So now he's going to have to go back to Tariq because they're interested in this book and try to figure out how to finish the rest of the book. Because Jabari knows nothing, does nothing but steal. Oh man, here we go. Too Big comes on campus. He's looking for Tariq. He ends up running into Loren after she got mad at Tariq because she thinks Tariq is messing with someone else. She tells Too Big, a random person, oh yeah, Tariq, his room, freshman dorms are down that way. The names are on the door. You don't know this dude. Too Big comes to the room, opens up the door. Tariq snatches him up, puts the pistol in his mouth, talking about, you owe me. Ghost told me before he died that I was going to be straight, so now it's time to collect. So Tariq doesn't have nothing on him but maybe $4,000 or $5,000. I doubt he's even that much, maybe $2,000 on him. And then you see Too Big's face like, man, what the hell is that? Look, I want $24,000. Tariq said I can get it by the end of the week. Too Big said I want it tomorrow. So now Tariq has to run around, find some money to give to Too Big. Because his dad promised him something, and Tariq killed his dad, so really this money is on you, Tariq, because you made all this possible. And as you can see, Too Big still got that rollie on his arm. But Too Big, he'll be back. Tariq's day is just getting worse and worse as it goes by. He owes Too Big $24,000 by tomorrow. He meets up with his lawyer to try to get some money. He lies and says, I needed to help my mom on her case. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's trying to sue us, and I got to pay him out. So the lawyer's like, if they are, contact us and we'll handle it. So Tariq can't get that. He calls Tasha and he asks her, is there any money laying around the city I could pick up? She's like, nah, it ain't none. Now Tariq came up with an idea of how can I get in cool with Effie even though I can't trust her. So he asks his mom, and what she does is tells Tariq, listen, if you can't trust them, make them trust you. Pretty much what she did with Ghost. Now Tariq is using the same method on Effie. He calls up Effie, he brings her to the house, and they're just talking. He's like, look, all right, I need some money to help my mom on her case. I can show you how to, move some work around here. So these two, they've already liked each other. He's explained, I liked you, but you snitched on me. Effie's like, I didn't mean to do it. I mean, I had to do what I had to do, but it's not what I wanted to do. So, you know how it is, drug game, two young ones moving at work. You know what I'm saying? They got a little connection. They get to kissing. One thing leads to another. They get ready to have some sex, and Tariq got that pistol on her. She got a pistol in her purse. Let's put the pistols down. She gets a condom in. We know what happens next. Tariq makes it happen. Jabari still has this thing in his head thinking that Tariq is messing with Carrie. So he's outside watching and waiting for Tariq to come out, and he follows him. So he's texting Carrie like, hey, you need to be careful about Tariq. But he's all wrong about it. He ends up following Tariq to a motel where Drew was staying. And he's giving them the bag, so they either exchanging money or re-ing up. But they're just talking in the hallway, like at the door, talking about moving work and doing this and this. Jabari's listening to the whole thing, writing down notes. He heard him talk about DC Joe, wrote down Course Connect, and he just sitting there watching Tariq and them talk about all this. So now Jabari, he's about to text Carrie and tell her to be careful, but he deletes the message. So you already know he's about to try to do some kind of blackmail stuff on Tariq. Like, all right, I can kind of make up a story with the rest of this stuff that I got, these little notes. This dude, Jabari, is a sneaky, horrible individual. He's probably the worst person on here. I think we're all hating Jabari more than we did Tariq back in the regular Power series. Tariq broke the game down for Effie. He's telling her, these people here, they're stressed out, but you really don't want to go for this type of individual. You want to go for the science majors, the people like in political science. These are the people you want to sell coke to, the ones that are stressing out, that really don't want to be around their family. They want to work hard, get something to relieve themselves. Turns out Effie sold some coke to damn Trace and Brayden's little sister, and while they're at the family dinner, Trace has a nosebleed, and Brayden's like, where did he get that from? She's like, well, we did a couple of lines, but I'm not gonna tell you where we got our drugs from. You got to get your own. That's how white people work. That's how their family is. Not don't do drugs, but I'm not gonna tell you where I got my drugs from. Get your own drugs. So now Brayden's like, who is moving coke on campus? Cause we ain't doing it. Kane and those GTG boys, they wilding out. Now they came up with a plan. Look, this is how we're gonna get rid of Tariq. It's homecoming. Go out. I need you to get one of your boys, one of your most loyal dudes. Let's put him in some face paint. Let's let him go on the college campus and try to kill Tariq in broad daylight. If I was the dude that they were painting the face, I'm like, I'm good on this plan. But when you're in the gang, you're in the lower part of it, you got to do what the top say. So listen, you come in here, here's a shank, stab Tariq up, get up out of there. You're black, there's a white campus, they going to be on your ass. Get the hell up out of there. So that's the plan. Go to school, kill Tariq, and just keep it moving. Hell, let's see how this works. Now, it turns out that Effie was out there on her own and made 50 bands in one day. Now, I don't know how realistic it is for one person to move hand to hand 50,000 where you're not moving large quantities like a brick or anything. But 50,000 in one day is pretty damn good. Tariq gets 25, she gets 25. Now at this point in Effie's head, she's thinking they're a little power couple. Tariq gets a text message and Effie's talking about, oh, is that the girl from yesterday? I know she's so mad, but Tariq is like, nah, it ain't that. It's 2-bit. This is some real shit. He talking about where my money at. So Tariq tells Effie, listen, I'm gonna go to the game. I gotta make some stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? Gotta drop some money off for my mom. And then I'm gonna holler at you at the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? We'll work that out. But don't tell, you know what I'm saying? Don't let Brayden know that you're here. You know what I'm saying? None of that. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. We know Zeke wanted Carrie to meet Auntie Monet, but Carrie was like, I can't do that. Turns out they run into each other on the campus. They start talking, and out of nowhere, here comes Monet. And Monet's like, who is this? One of your teachers? And he's like, nah, this is my advisor. You know what I'm saying? So Monet, she's looking at her. If Monet knows that these young women, even older women, see him as a star, see Zeke going to the league, and they want to be around him. So she's automatically being cautious, especially with an older woman, because like I said earlier, you get a taste of that older woman, she might have you doing things, especially at 18, 19. When you get a little bit older, it ain't gonna work. But Monet knows what's up. Brayden confronts Tariq like, hey, Tariq, man, there's someone moving coke on campus, man. We gotta do this. If not, we gotta find out who it is because this is our property. This is our turf. And Tariq's like, man, chill. That's not our money. Weed and pills, that's all we in. Now, the reason Tariq is doing this is because he knows the coke gang is a different game than the weed and pills. Like I keep mentioning, this is lower level. This is the top creme de la creme. And he doesn't want Brayden to get into that because he knows Brayden, he's going to make irrational decisions. And who knows? He likes being on the block selling weed, so who knows how extravagant and extreme Brayden would get with some coke. Once they get to the game, now it's on. Kane has a plan to get Tariq killed. Tariq is up there sitting with the family. Now, Tariq has to pay 2-bit. So once he gets in, he's texting 2-bit like, hey, I'm up at the school. Tariq sees somebody with painted face with some off-white shoes on. Like, they sent this dude out in the loudest color shoes to try to go make a hit. So Tariq is kind of, I ain't never seen this black guy on campus. Who the hell is this? Tariq goes in the game. He's sitting down with the family. And he gets the text from 2-bit like, I'm here. So he gets up and asks the family, y'all want me to get y'all anything to eat? Diana's like, let me get a water. And then Kane's like, yeah, let me get a nacho, a pretzel, and some other stuff. Because he has a plan to set Tariq up. So Tariq is like, man, all right. We already know Kane's back there sitting jealous, thinking Tariq took his spot, man. But now let's jump into the action. Once Tariq comes outside of the gym, he sees the guy, and the guy starts following him. Tariq texts 2-bit, beat me at the pool. He starts running into the pool. Now, Tariq needs to learn how to fight. Every time we look up, he's getting his ass whooped or something. Somebody doing something to him. He runs in there. Dude starts getting on his ass. Luckily, 2-bit comes in and starts to save Tariq. He comes in, hits the guy in the back of the head with the pole. Now 2-Bit saved Tariq. So Tariq is like, oh man, we got to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? 2-Bit, like, is there any cameras in here? Nah. 2-Bit ends up drowning the guy. He picks up the phone, whoever it is, he takes a picture of this guy in the pool drowned and sends it to him. Turns out he was sending it to Kane. Now they have to get up. Tariq's like, all right, we got to get out of here. 2-Bit's like, man, wipe everything down before you leave. Oh, and that 24,000 you gave me, I'm gonna need at least 20 to 50 more. I just murked somebody. You know what I'm saying? The plan has changed now. Oh, Tariq is $50,000 in debt now. Come on. 50 on top of the other 24 that they own. So $75,000. Thanks 2-Bit for saving them though. While Tariq is out there getting his ass whooped, about to get killed, Brayden's back at the building, and we know he had a little crush on Effie. So he sees her and he's like, wait a minute. You're here, there's coke on. Wait a minute. Look, what's going on here? And she's like, look, I got played by Tariq. You know what I'm saying? I helped him move some coke or whatever, and now he's gone. He left me for some other chick. So she's using emotion, using Loren, women. But Brayden's like, man, what? Tariq, he's selling coke without, man. Brayden's sister comes up and is like, oh, I've been looking for you. So now Brayden's putting it together. You and Tariq were selling coke behind my... Oh, man, I just made up with my dog Tariq after I thought my girl was sleeping with him. I broke up with her. Now he's sleeping with Effie. Oh, man, now it's just looking bad for Brayden. Oh, man, it's party time. We won the game. Zeke balled out. We going to the club. So the whole team, they go to the club. They got bottles. They in VIP. They living it up. And Drew, he's hitting up his little boyfriend, his little male friend, and he's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not responding to this. I'm just going to chill at the club. So once they get there, no one knows that he's gay. While they're in the little VIP, some girls come over. Zeke's like, man, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to show me some love, show my boy some love. So they tell his boyfriend going out there with some girls. Drew ends up showing up to the club because he wants to, you know, hang out with the guy he's interested in. But when he gets there, things don't go as planned. He's still trying to hide being gay. So for Drew, he's like, man, what are we doing? But then he breaks it down for Drew, like, my family won't allow me to be who I am. And Drew, his family is doing the same. They're accepting it, but he hasn't like came out. So for him, he's like, dang, what he's saying is really what's going on in my family. So they're talking and stuff, and the dude shows his emotion. Like, man, Drew, I feel you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to make it to the league, man. That's not going to look good for me right now. As they leave the club, they headed back. They go around the corner, and who do they run into? Guap and them GTG boys. They grab up Zeke, and they about to pretty much pop, pop. The reason they're going at Zeke is because if they can't get to Kane or Monet, they know that Zeke is their number one prize. If he makes it to the league, we can get rid of all the drugs and stuff. So what he's telling them is, I'm going to shoot him in the knee. And Drew comes up like he doesn't have anything to do with this. And Guap is like, nah, your brother Kane set my dog up to get killed. He was ambushed, he was killed. So now this is how we're going to get even. And out of nowhere, he calls Drew gay. And says the family don't really love him. This makes Drew snap. Drew attacks, boom, boom, whooping on him. Picks up the pistol. He's about to let that thing go, but Zeke looks at him like, Drew, no, don't do it. Then they all get up and run. Zeke was this close to getting his knee blown out. Man, Kane done fucked up the whole family. Now there's a lot going on. I mean, a lot. We got the GTG beefing with Kane / Monet. Then we got Tariq running around. Now he done called his mom and said, someone tried to kill me. Tasha takes it in her own hands and calls up Lorenzo and tells him, look, we need to talk. I think you're the one that set up my son and put a hit on him. And Lorenzo's like, I don't know who you think you are. You're not a shot caller. You don't call me. Like, don't ever call here again. But I ain't have anything to do with that. So now we got this little... I won't say beef, but we got this little stirring up, you know what I'm saying, this little rift between Tasha and Lorenzo now because she thinks Lorenzo tried to get her son killed. But that's not the case. But she doesn't know that, neither does Tariq. All we know is Tariq is safe at this moment. But we also got to look on the other hand. Drew told Kane, I need you to get rid of the GTG boys and get rid of Guap. Now Drew's making decisions. This family is just everywhere at this moment. Now everything is just who knows what. Monet is talking to Lorenzo and she's telling him what happened. Drew's in the hallway. Drew comes in and he's talking to Monet about what Kane did and how he sent Kane to go put, saying get rid of them boys. So at this moment, Monet's looking at Drew like, you made that decision? So now she's like, that's what a leader does. I know it wasn't you or anyone else that put that hit on Tariq. It was Kane. But you're taking the blame and showing that you're actually the leader. So Drew stepped up, made a decision, the right decision, and Monet's accepting that. Drew, you're the chosen son now, because Kane, he's not welcome in this family anymore. He doesn't have anything else. After this mission, he's done with us. Kane is going to be Kane. So he goes and pulls up to the warehouse, same place they were painting old boy's face, and he kills 2 of the GTG boys. Then he gets in there with Guap, and he pretty much punks Guap. He doesn't even kill Guap, but what he tells Guap is, look, now you answer to me. Anything you make, a robbery, I want 50%. Moving drugs, 50%. Stolen car, 50%. Everything you got, I want 50%. Then he punches him in the face with the pistol. Bah! Oh, that's from my cousin Zeke. Oh, man, here we go. Kane put in that work. Kane went back to the house. Diana opens the door, but she just opens it enough that she can go through it. And she's like, Kane, you can't be here no more. Monet's not going to let you in the house. So she gives him some money. And she pretty much tells him, like, you're not part of this family anymore, man. There ain't nothing I can do with. Here's some money. Hey, get out of the city as fast as possible. Like, you ain't got our protection no more. You're not part of the family, but we don't want anything to happen to you, but you can't be here. Monet's not going to let you in the house. And Monet, she was up in the window watching the whole time. Kane made some bad decisions. So I hope he don't come back and try to do anything, but he's probably not just going to leave. He's going to have to get even with Tariq, even though Tariq wasn't taking your spot, man. You just out of control. Now Drew's going to be the boss. You can come back and be the muscle maybe, but that's it. Tariq and Brayden get into it. Tariq, he's like, hey, Brayden, what's up, man? I've been trying to call you, man. You know what I'm saying? This and this is going on. But Brayden playing, it looked like Rainbow Six, but he's like, man, nah, Tariq. Nah, man, I ain't messing with it no more. Tariq's like, nah, we got to get the business going. And Brayden's like, there is no business no more. I'm out. I'm done with this. You lied to me about moving this work. You didn't even tell me Effie was here, that you were working with her. So I just broke up with my girlfriend, and now you doing this behind my back. I can't trust you. And as you can see here, whack-ass Jabari, he overheard Tariq and Drew talking, and now he's downloading the course correct. So I think next week we're going to see him put in the order, but I can't see him putting in a $200 order for, a study guide. But Jabari is willing to try anything, so now he has the course correct. But once this package comes in, I don't know how he's going to act. He's really going to have Tariq by the throat then. Here we go, the showdown. Tariq, Monet. They pull up somewhere in the public, there's a lot of people around, and Monet's like, you don't trust me. You brought me out here. And Tariq's like, yeah, you can't kill me in the public. So what she says is, if I wanted you killed, I would already had you killed by now. Tariq was like, okay, yeah. Monet starts to break down what's going on. Now, I know who was sent after you. That was on Kane. Now, here's my rules. We don't have to be meeting up anywhere. We don't have to do anything. Strictly business. But listen, that's my son. If I hear that you're going after my son to try to kill him, then we will kill you. Now, if he comes and attacks you, you have my permission to do what you need to do to survive. But if you go out hunting after my son, then it's on you. Then Monet starts to tell him, your mom, she's just being a mother, but she has to know she can't call Lorenzo ever again. We can't have them two knowing each other. But she called on your behalf because someone put a hit out on you. And now Monet's like, listen, you can trust me. Kane's not a part of our family anymore. So let's move forward and let's get this stuff right. But let's get paid and let's keep this shit strictly business, man. Kane is out of the picture, but protect yourself at all times because this is the streets. And I'm pretty sure he's going to come back with a vengeance. All right, there you go. Episode 8 of Power Book 2. Comment below. Let me know what you think is going to happen with Jabari next week with this course correct. I'm sure he's going to mess up something, but let me know what you think down below. Hey, I'm Monet. Thanks for watching. We'll be here next week. But like I always say, if you like the content on my channel, hit the subscribe button. Let's get those likes up. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Monet.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.